All right, today we're diving into a dish that's so much more than just a meal. It's really a story of celebration, family, and incredible flavor, all packed into one perfect, glistening bowl. So let's get into it, the soulful adventure of Taiwanese oily rice. So let me start by asking you a question. If you had to pick one single taste that just screams pure, absolute joy, what would it be? Well, if you ask that question in Taiwan, a very specific answer is going to come up again and again. And there it is. Just look at that. Glistening, amber-colored, fragrant, oily rice packed with savory mushrooms and shrimp. This isn't just dinner, you know. For generations of people, this is quite literally the taste of happiness. So a taste of joy, what does that actually mean? What makes this specific dish the official flavor of celebration? Well, it's this perfect harmony of ingredients, sure, but it's also about tradition, it's about a collective effort that means something truly special is happening. And to really get to the heart of what oily rice means, you have to understand its most important role, its main gig, if you will, as a gift to celebrate a brand new life. The tradition is called Miyu, which is the celebration of a baby's first full month, and that first month is a huge milestone. So to share the good news, family and friends receive a gift, and the star of that gift, of course, is a beautiful box of oily rice. And you have to understand, this was not just any old gift. Back in the day, in an agricultural society, the ingredients in here, we're talking glutinous rice, pork, sesame oil, these were luxury items. So giving someone a box of this rich, nourishing food was a massive deal. It was a true heavyweight gift that shared not just joy, but real prosperity. So if you peek inside a traditional Miyu box, it's just this beautiful package of symbolism. You've got the oily rice, which stands for abundance. Then you have a chicken leg, which is a wish for the baby to grow up strong. And you've got these incredible red-dyed eggs, which symbolize renewal, perfection, and just a whole lot of good fortune. So what are the actual pieces of this soulful puzzle? Well, a perfect bowl of oily rice is all about its all-star cast of ingredients. And trust me, every single one of them has a super important role to play. First up, the absolute heart and soul of the dish, long grain glutinous rice. And I have to stress, it has to be long grain. It's not the same as the softer, rounder rice you might use for desserts. This kind has a much firmer, chewier texture. It's that famous Q texture, which is just perfect for a savory dish like this. Next, let's talk about the aroma bomb. And this is another non-negotiable. They must be dried shiitake mushrooms. Fresh ones are fine, but they just don't have the same incredible power. The drying process is like this amazing culinary magic trick. It concentrates all of those flavor compounds and creates this intense, woodsy umami that just sinks into every single grain of rice. It's incredible. Okay, if this dish had a signature scent, a foundational flavor, it would be this: fried red shallots. That sweet, deeply savory, toasty aroma is the bedrock of so many Taiwanese dishes. And here, oh, it's absolutely essential. And for that big savory punch, we've got a classic duo. First, pork strips. And you want some of the little bit of fat because it renders down and coats the rice in this rich, luscious flavor. Then you've got dried shrimp. They bring this deep, salty umami from the sea that just happens to be the perfect partner for all that fragrant sesame oil. So we've got our all-star cast of ingredients, but how does it all come together? Well, making great oily rice is truly an art, and it's full of these unwritten rules passed down from grandma to mom to daughter. So let's pull back the curtain on the secret method. And this right here might be the biggest secret of all. It's the ratio. After you've soaked that glutinous rice for hours, the ratio of rice to water for steaming has to be perfect. We're talking 1 part rice to 0.7 parts water. Any more water, and you've got porridge. Any less, and the rice is rock hard. It's a game of pure precision. The process really has 4 key stages. First, you prepare. You soak the rice, you rehydrate the mushrooms and shrimp, you're waking up all those amazing flavors. Then you steam. And this is key. The rice is cooked separately. This is the only way to get those distinct, chewy, perfect Q grains. Next, you saute. You build that flavor base by frying up your ginger, your shallots, your pork. And for the grand finale, the combine. The heat goes off and you gently fold that hot steamed rice into the fragrant sauce, letting each grain soak it all up without ever getting mushy.
Now, you know a dish is truly iconic when there's a friendly rivalry about the right way to make it. And that, of course, brings us to the great North versus South debate in Taiwan.
So, what's the big difference? Well, the northern style is pretty much what we've been describing. You steam the rice first, then mix it with everything else. The result is chewy, with distinct individual grains. The southern style is a whole different ballgame. The uncooked rice is actually braised, simmered right in the sauce. So you get something much softer, saucier. You can almost think of it like a sticky rice risotto. But for all their differences, there is one thing that unites every oily rice fan across Taiwan, and that is the absolute, undeniable necessity of a good drizzle of that iconic, sweet and spicy pink chili sauce right on top. It's the finishing touch. Okay, so we've covered the history, the ingredients, the methods, but none of that fully explains why this dish has such enduring power. In our crazy, fast-paced world, why do we still crave it so much? I mean, really think about it for a second. It's 2026. We have endless food choices. We can get anything we want delivered to our door in minutes. So why does this humble, ancient bowl of rice still have such a powerful hold on our hearts? Well, I think the answer is actually really simple. It's because it tastes like home. It carries this incredible sense of stability. It's the memory of your grandma's cooking. It's the warmth you feel when a neighbor brings over a gift for a new baby. It's the comforting steam you see rising from a little street stall on a cool evening. And there's a physical part of it too. You can't just inhale oily rice. Its chewy texture, it actually forces you to slow down. It makes you chew, and when you do that, you get to savor every single layer of flavor as it unfolds. It's a dish that basically asks you to be present. And all of this brings us back to a really beautiful final thought. You know, in a world that feels so complicated all the time, this dish just brings us back to something really fundamental. Because maybe happiness really is that simple. A warm bowl of rice, made with a lot of care, plus a little love and attention for life itself. It's just a perfect reminder that the most profound joy is often found in the very simplest of things.